Starting out today with a much needed coffee. Coffee achieved. Car alarms going off Sunday morning. I think we'll start the intro off on the other side of the gazebo, just past Mr. Fox. Welcome to this week's Walk and Talk. As a recording of this Sunday, June 23rd, 2024. We are 5 days away, as a recording of this, from the NOD sale. This is good coffee. I recommend, if you're gonna get Dunkin' on the weekends, get it before 12 o'clock, because you go early afternoon, it might not be fresh. You know, you go on an off period at like McDonald's. Kind of ran into that yesterday. Getting a Big Mac around 2:30. Not up to par. NOD sale though. Some could call it a not up to par sale. I guess we'll get more development, but there is a sale running, especially on ALP, and a lot of us might be pulling the trigger on an ALP 4K. Also, the 2024 leaked list, has it resurfaced again? A happy Sunday to Mr. Fox. We have got hit with a ton of rain. Just look at all the color weeds. I mean, trying to keep up with the weed control with all this rain. You can just see it just kind of taking over where the mulch is, especially in my yard. I haven't had a chance to kind of address that yet. I mean, somewhat. We're gonna stop at Target. A couple of things I didn't pick up at Walmart today. With all the rain, all the storms, they lost some power, so some of the frozen section, refrigerated areas were out of commish. It's a shame they're gonna waste all that food. So we're gonna head to Target. Wanted to stop by, and we'll see you in a couple of days, because we got a lot to talk about later on in the week, Friday, for the NOD sale from AtGames Plus. What do you think of this 2024 leaked list? Like, it just keeps coming up, doesn't it? Clouds moving in, so might be another rainy walk and talk. Wanted to get here right away so we could stop by Mr. Fox without getting hit by rain. Might have to pick up an umbrella if it does. It's not that I'm against the circle, it's just not gonna enter the phone number as much because I'm not shopping as much at Target. If I had an umbrella, I could grab one of the bags here. Oh, the Ford Bronco 1966, America's original SUV. Target is offering a 10% off for military veterans, families, through today, the 23rd, through all week. July 7th, 6th. Was here yesterday looking at some t-shirts, and kind of thought maybe we'll see some kind of deals today. Still the same pricing, so they did have a 30% off week and a half ago, but back to full price. Still Father's Day stuff left over. Although I am on the hunt for a shirt for the 4th of July. They had a large in this Captain America. That'd probably be a winner for me, but the medium, little small, and the extra large is gonna be, it's gonna be too big on me. If I see one, 24 bucks, I'll, you know, the FOMO will get me. Also, I was hoping that they'd put some new stuff out. I came here on a Saturday, technically, you know, Sunday, the beginning of the week. Maybe we will see. Still have that Target Optimus Prime. I said if it was here, I'd pick it up. But the chance of picking up the ALP, which we'll cover, is gonna prevent me from buying some stuff. These are still here. Just to note, the sale has changed on the Iron Grenader. 50% off a couple of days ago, now 30% off from the original $34.99, which I paid for. Now $22.49 versus, I believe it was $17.49 a few days ago. So instead of the price, it's kind of like Arcade1up, you know, they go on sale and then they just go to like full price, thinking, you know, they didn't sell out at this price. Why? Well, let's just go back to, you know, the full price is $6.99. Well, instead of 50, they went 30. Couple of McFarlane's might be a 15% off. Power Rangers 30 to 50% off. So still a little bit of incentive. So we got Ray and Winston sitting around, $14.99. It's kind of taking me back to the whole Megazord days, mid-90s, early 90s. $29.99 to $14.99. I mean, you can pick up something for 15 bucks nowadays. It kind of seems like that's the deal. That's the price you want to kind of hit these. Whether you have nostalgia for these newer Power Rangers or not. We got a new Skeletor, $17.99. 80s Adventures. The cartoons collection. Man, this is what I wanted to see. Coming across some new Masters of the Universe. I know there's still some others that we haven't come across yet, the new for 24, but this is, I was looking for a new for 24 on here. This is something I haven't seen it. Look at this. You get He-Man, Beastman, Man-at-Arms, and Skeletor. Comic book included. Plus more 50% off at Turtles. You can get Rocksteady 50% off for $7.49. Kind of go through the motions here of how he became Rocksteady from one crook to another. Masters of the Universe 50% off. So look at this, down to $8.99. They might be running this all week. Little nostalgia alert here, $10 and under DVDs. Just saw Turtles 4 film collection of all the originals here. $7.59. And $5 and under, we have Addams Family. Got that at Games just kind of on my mind. Goonies, $5. Oh yes, Strawn at Games Vibes, Mr. Spock, $14.99. You know, that's the price of the Next Generation pinball pack. It's been about 2 weeks since they've announced a new pinball pack. I believe the DreamWorks Pinball was the last pack they announced at $15. And I think the 26th, so right before the NOD sale, they're going to announce another pinball pack. They just keep adding up. Like, the longer I wait, per se, got a lot of catching up to do. Look at all these pinball packs. Like, AtGames has been on fire. So looking at full price on the ALPs right now is $14.99. Plus, if you want the SSF kit, add another $500. $100 for shipping, bringing it to $2,100. Seems pretty steep, but you do have the sale coming up, and I just am thinking that if I do pull the trigger on this to go with that kit, like, I don't want to have any regrets. I don't want to have to go back in and add the feedback. Just have it all pretty much a plug and play. So posting from Biggie D's Arcade, $100 off the 4K machine, so bringing that to $1,399.99, or $250 off if you decide to go for the SSF kit, bringing it $1,749.98. Add $100 shipping to that, and they are offering a deal on the control deck for $149.99. You can add it and play pretty much everything on your ALP at $100 shipping, so $1,849.98 if you're just interested in the kit, the ALP, versus $2,100 for full price. So I would have liked to see this come down, and maybe it changes. This is the initial, and Biggie kind of threw out there that we might see some other deals, but right now we're looking at still under $2,000, but still a hefty price. I would have liked to see the pre-order price at $1,100 come back. I had to close the door on AtGames, and then we'll jump into Arcade1up. I have the spot open. My original plan was to put the ALP next to Marvel. I didn't buy Marvel to avoid buying an AtGames. The plan all along, the reason I got the topper, is to build it up so it looks high enough if I do decide to pair it with an AtGames. So spending $1,900 on the ALP is going to change some things. Kind of glad I didn't pick up Shack Jam a couple of weeks ago. You know, looking for Tron. These are kind of on the back burner. Unless we see incredible deals early July, Black Friday in July, which we'll talk about that next week, I'm going to stick with AtGames right now and then wait a month and a half to 2 months before something else, like, you know, I'm ready to make another decision. But the spot's open. I want to dedicate this to AtGames. We'll see if the pricing changes or if this is what, you know, we're going to expect. $250 off, $100 off. Again, I'd like to see something better, but, and I could move everything. I could shift another cabinet up here, but for right now, money-wise, I just want to commit. We'll fill this with the ALP. Plus, while we're up here, we'll do our giveaway for this week. I did pick up Colossus week and a half ago. So this is giveaway number 6. I'm not going to save this for the end of the video, but we will have this on Instagram, PD7 Lucky's Gym, and you can win a pin Funko Pop Colossus figure. So you know I love X-Men. I saw this. Taking a little break from Frogger, but remember, we do have a Frogger left over. A couple of weeks. This week, it's Colossus. By the way, Loki says hi. Stopping off at Best Buy, Menominee Falls, Wisconsin. We have not been to this location. Probably the longest in between like the Best Buys we hit. See if there's anything new here. And we'll get right into the big elephant in the room. The 2024 leak list has surfaced again. What does it really mean? Well, the prime spot here. We got Infinity War. Last time we were here, we found out that the Mortal Kombat 2 Deluxe is not plugged in. It kind of feeds through those holes right here. They did have Deluxe off to the side here. I think there might be some further down, but all that's plugged in is the kiosk and Pac-Man. Nothing really new showing up at the kiosks. Pretty much the same old, same old. But we do have a new video. Leaked image confirms the Arcade1up list was real. That 2024 leaked list. Mike of all trades. Guess that I should do some digging myself. Going back to that 2024 leaked list, this has been covered. Everything on here, we have not seen anything yet. Those speculation always comes back to that track and field, or we go back to the Alien vs. Predator Big Blue because we saw that render. The 720, you know, we see Pac-Man Battle Royale, and of course Smash TV Robotron, which is probably what everyone wants, along with the Star Wars XL. Keep an eye on his channel. I think Moat's kind of got his foot in the door. I think he knows something, and he might share it with us. I'm totally speculating here, but because of his last Moat in the Car episode kind of hinting we could see 2 cabinets, we're approaching that time period where, you know, it was about 4 weeks out, 6 weeks out. We have Black Friday, July coming pretty soon. Expect something, if anything, from Arcade1up soon. Just want to share the front half of Retro Ralph commenting on Moat sharing 19K Fox's video. I can confirm the track and field was real. So you go on Walmart and you can see the track and field stool is out of stock. The only thing on that leaked list that's come to life, the closest, is track and field. Going back to the leak list, everything else on here has just all been speculation. Even though track and field is still speculation, we haven't seen anything else. I do want to throw Tekken is a possibility. It's not on the leaked list, but we don't know what license they have, they don't have, they're planning on acquiring. But track and field, at least something on that list is kind of coming to life in a way. So definitely keep an eye on what Moat's gonna post. I just have a feeling we're gonna see it first from him, or we're not gonna see anything at all. But we're approaching Q3. Something has seriously got to give. This might be the most Arcade1ups they've ever had at this Best Buy. 2 NFL Blitz, the Wheel of Fortune Casino, okay, Mortal Kombat 2, Pac-Man, Class 81. The only thing we're not seeing is Big Buck Hunter. That's pretty much your Best Buy exclusive. Wow, it's crazy. We got Scrooge McDuck. I thought this was a figure. It looks like a 80 card deck box. Some new Disney. Here's the pack of cards, so maybe that's just okay, so this is 65 sleeves, card sleeves, and then you have yeah, the 80 card deck box. Love Scrooge McDuck. Takes us right back to 1994. Got Super 7, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. How hard they were to find. we've been to a Best Buy that just had the Pink Ranger. All of these are the Black Ranger. I mean, just think of the hunt. Like, if we did like a segment of finding all 5 of the Mighty Morphin, I had to count them there, of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Like, could we actually pick them up? I've seen the pink, now we see the black, Red Ranger, Yellow Ranger, and Blue Ranger. Haven't come across those yet, but yeah, all Black Rangers. $17.50. A little high. I was kind of hoping that, well, of course, originally at $25, so they do have a $7.50 sale. I don't know. These should be like, it should be like $10.50. It's a Best Buy without having McFarlane, Oswald Cobblepot, the Penguin himself. They do have one remaining here at $29.99. Of course, we gotta showcase that art because we always do, right? Also, the first Batman comic, the Batman figure, they did have something really similar that I saw this morning at Target. I'm guessing it's the same figure. Neo from the Matrix and the Big Lebowski, the dude. 6,900 pieces. Oh, and this is just wrong. Like, hey, come on. They're selling this, seriously? Like, at least they didn't get too into the before, but yeah. Yeah, Murphy really got messed up in RoboCop. I remember my dad saying, you know, look away, like, I had to cover my eyes. There was just a part of that scene, it's just wrong. For me, I don't think the 2024 leaked list was ever incorrect. Like, I think it was real. They may have added some extra games on there, but it just depends on, the whole thing is, was it created when John D was still there? How much of an impact did he have on there? Will we see anything on that list? Will we see anything at all? And I just think that Moat is onto something, and he kind of hinted a few weeks ago. And I wouldn't be surprised if Moat breaks something, and I could be totally wrong, and I don't want to put Mike on the spot or anything, but it's interesting. He shares the post, and he's just, he does the Moat in the car, so it's exciting. It kind of plays into their hand, you know. Q3 is, I think we'd all agree that that's when they were saving anything. If they do announce something after a sale, kind of a, you know, July sale, we buy into that, and then boom, they throw something at us, and we're reaching that time frame. So Q3 passes, and we're into Q4, and nothing is, you know, said. Yeah, then we might sit there and say, you know, I guess we're not getting anything this year, but, you know, don't lose hope yet. With the tripod off, we're gonna leave this one in the car. Get a little bit of trouble at this one, so I'm gonna be careful filming, but I want to check it out. Don't expect to see any Arcade1ups here, but they have no problem filming in the parking lot. We just can't film in stores, so gonna be extra careful. Check out this Spider-Man clock for $8.88. Of course, you can pair it up with this light for $27.88. Some collectible Ghostbusters here. We got a 3D figure lamp, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, Ecto 1, Bluetooth speaker. Ooh, the Ghost Trap with light and sound, $11.16. Great stuff here. Look at the Deadpool. Just needed some redemption. The last time we went to Walmart, very disappointing. They hardly had anything there. It's Friday night. I think we uploaded the video on Saturday, and it's like somebody tried to get in at Starscream there. Kind of a sneak peek at him. Should be discounted with this box. Jack-o'-lantern Spider-Man. We have Hallows Eve. I thought it was the Hobgoblin Tombstone. Kind of reminds me of Solemn Grundy from the Justice League, Legion of Doom. Okay, and they have more of those Skeletor here. They're priced at $19.82. I'm trying to think, was it $17.99 at Target? But good to see some new, and we got the Man-at-Arms. I always call them the Man-of-Arms. Man-at-Arms. Cartoon accurate with the mustache, the stash. Gotta find He-Man and Beastman, but there are another line that we have not seen yet or we'll say new for 24, and they're running the sale at $8. I think that matches, it was $7.99 at Target, so Buzz Off is on clearance for $8. You have superpowers, they have the Flash, Batman, Superman. Man, it's just not every Walmart you're finding the McFarlane superpowers for $9.97. Let's look at the original Flash art right there. And the Kid Flash, McFarlane DC Multiverse. It's like you can collect to build the Darkest Night, so you're pretty much getting his body there. I think I've seen Kid Flash yet. And speaking of Solomon Grundy, what a coincidence, they do have Solomon Grundy, Tombstone, like two villains, different brands, different universes. But in all seriousness, if this is what we get from Arcade1up, I'm gonna be disappointed with this one. Like, I'm you know, we're not always gonna get what we want, but you know, I'm kind of being sarcastic now, but it better not be a claw machine. I don't really make it over to this side of town too often. There's a Hobby Lobby behind me, but being Sunday, it's closed. I like to go in there and actually see what they have at this Hobby Lobby. Also, JCPenney's right over here. It's like a solo JCPenney store. We're gonna stop at GameStop. I don't think we've ever been here before. Not this location. I think it's the lettering. You know, not seeing the red, the white, doesn't really stand out, so I probably like drove past here a ton of times. Interested to see what action, yeah, I'm coming to GameStop for action figures. What action figures they have here. Ooh, they have the My Arcades, and check it out. There's an X-Men right here. I actually have this one at home. Sonic 3, ooh, and Spider-Man. Got a Jason Momoa, Aquaman, in the Lost Kingdom. Clearance down from $39.99 to $30.97. Remember those WWF, like, plush? I want to say 91, maybe 90. You kind of toss them around, you know, being like elementary school. I want to say I was in 4th or 5th grade when these came out. Just seeing the Street Fighter 2, you know, just picturing like the Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, Macho Man. I used to see these all the time at Kmart. The What If, Marvel's Captain Carter shield, marked down from $149.99 to $99.98. The X-Jet, remember when Target had this on clearance? Actually see what the price is. Spider-Man 2099, shout out. Not happy with myself for passing on. I was clearance for like $11.97 down to $29.99. Well, that's if you're, okay, so it was $34.99, $29.99 at GameStop, brand new, not just for being a pro. Do have the black suited one. Probably my favorite render, like, man. This is pretty cool. Our Marvel figures, we have Sue Storm, Fantastic Four. Reminds me of that Iron Man line we've been seeing. Priced at $17.99. And you can see Mr. Fantastic, the Thing, Invisible Woman, Sue Storm, Human Torch, Psycho Man, High Evolutionary. Not familiar with these two, but the nostalgia alone just gets me, Hasbro. Ooh, and the Two-Face from Batman and the New Adventures of Batman. I was going to say animated series. Reminds me of that Batmobile. So I've been, you know, kind of thinking, the Harley Quinn up here, kind of thinking the Masters of the Universe, like that new toy line. Get the Joker. That Batmobile, like, still on the look for that, like, to come across that. I think it's an automatic buy. Whirly Bat's sitting at $19.99, and I just saw, so you have Batman here, and then Superman. So Superman was my first superpower, 1984, first action figure. Let's drop Batman. I just want to pick him up because I don't know if we're gonna see him sitting around the store again, but if I'm getting if I'm really getting that ALP, like, we are on a tight crunch now. So, man, as hard as this is, I know it's only $9.99. I'm gonna, if he's here 2 weeks from now, I might pick him up, but gotta hold off just in case. That was an awesome GameStop. Very hidden gem. Definitely gonna return if we don't purchase ALP, or in a couple of weeks if I do, new billing cycle, I'm gonna get that Superman. That's just like, takes me right back to being 5 years old again. My first action figure. Not identical, but just the whole thing. And if I put them up in the room, I'd always look at them like that was my first action figure. So it's hard to walk away from some of this stuff. That's probably the hardest thing today. All right, we're opting for Burger King for lunch, and we'll skip this meal just to pick up Superman. But you know, if it's meant to be, it will be there next time. Usually we get the original crispy chicken sandwich. I got the double Whopper today. Just hungry. It's kind of a late meal. Didn't know if the chicken would be big enough. So we got a big burger. Dr. Pepper. Did not see the blue Powerade, and we're opting to eat outside. Might as well take advantage of summer. Nice weather. I mean, it's not raining. Still kind of an overcast, but we will see if we get any rain. I did not get cheese on the Whopper. But just craving it. There is a Taco Bell right next door. Bunch of food venues in the area. And I just thought, you know what? We're here. We'll get Burger King. When we're in this area, usually stop for Burger King. Ate McDonald's twice yesterday, so second time around. First was breakfast, second time around. Not that great. Went in a weird time, about 1:30, 2 o'clock, 2:30. Just did not, it was not the best, you know, it wasn't like the freshest. It's pretty fresh. Back to Superman. It sat there the next time we go. And I guess it wasn't meant to be. And the same goes for like Shack Jam or Tron. You know, we're on the look for stuff. You know, we want, let's say you want Burger Time, and you know, you never get it. I guess we're not going to get everything we're looking for, and we gotta accept that. But if he's there in 2 weeks, it's not automatic. That's gonna do it for today. I want to thank everybody for watching. I'll see you guys probably tomorrow. Right outside the arcade in Menominee Falls is our famous shot of Mr. Sulu, and come to find, he is gone. And I don't know if this is like a vintage retro store, like a St. Vincent de Paul type place, Goodwill, but yeah, Mr. Sulu is no more. I was gonna come here, kind of a cliffhanger. Get that Donald Duck. See that orange juice in there? Try to get in there. If I can block that. There we go. Yeah, right there, that orange juice. So I have to center out on Donald. Or the Hot Wheels collection race cars. Where is Mr. Sulu? You might have to buy Star Trek. What the heck? The best I can do, guys. Guess we're gonna have to imagine that was Mr. Sulu sitting in the shop window.